Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm really excited to get to share with you on a topic that I'm very passionate about, and that is blogging. Specifically for people who are interested in blogging, people who are wanting to set up a blog, people who are curious about blogging. We're going to talk about the 3 steps to start that blog you've been dreaming of. So welcome. I'm going to be sharing with you the 1 habit that you should begin today or maybe tomorrow if you want to set up a successful blog, and it might surprise you. We're also going to talk about the few key things you need to have in place to get your blog up and running, and it's a much shorter list than you might expect. I'm going to share with you 5 simple ways that you can make a part-time or a full-time income from blogging. So thank you for being here tonight. I'm so excited to share with you on this topic that I'm very passionate about. So we're going to switch over to the slides, and then I will get going with my presentation. Alrighty, hopefully everyone can see and hear. There should be a screen popping up that says webinar, and it says 3 steps to start that blog you've always dreamed of. So it looks like we are good to go, and so we're going to dive right in, and I'm just warning you right now, we're going to cover a lot of information really quickly. But remember, you get a replay tomorrow, so you can always go back and rewatch any part that you want to rewatch if you missed or you just want to hear it again. So I have been blogging for over 13 years, and the idea of blogging was not even on my radar screen when I first got married. This is my husband and I when we were living in our little basement apartment, and we had our first daughter. And so we got married over 15 years ago, and my husband had really planned on that he was going to go to law school, and we'd set this audacious goal that we were going to have him go through law school, and we were going to stay out of debt. We didn't know how, but this was this dream and this goal of ours, and so we wanted to make it happen. Well, very quickly then I realized that I was going to have to get creative and find some ways to be able to earn money from home, because there was no way we were going to stay out of debt if I was not also significantly supplementing our family's income. You have to know, though, that I didn't go to college, I didn't have a marketing background, and so I just started researching everything that I could about making money online, and I tried a lot of different things. I started out with this blog called Covenant Wedding Source. It actually wasn't a blog, it was just a website where I sold modest wedding gowns, and I learned a lot about what not to do from this site, and technically, this business really failed, but it wasn't a complete failure because I learned so much from it. My next business idea was this site called Biblical Womanhood, and if you can tell, I designed the site all myself because I did not have money to pay a designer. So I designed this site, and I started in on this journey of biblical womanhood. What's wrong? Okay, sorry. And so I started it on this journey of teaching women about biblical womanhood, which the funny thing is I was 23 years old and knew very little about life and had very little life experience. And here I am trying to teach women about biblical womanhood. So I learned a lot from that as well. And I grew a lot, matured a lot, and made a lot of mistakes. But moving on, from there, I learned about the idea of selling ebooks, and I dabbled in writing and producing ebooks that I also created some of them into printed books, and I learned a lot from that experience. And ultimately then it led me to discovering blogging, because on that site I had been reading all about search engine optimization, and I had heard that if you added a blog to your site, then you would be able to increase your rankings on search engines. So if you type in something on Google, your site would come up more frequently if you had a blog on your site. So I added a blog onto my site, and I started blogging there, and it was just this little side thing that I was doing to try to help build up this business. And in the process, discovered that I loved writing, that people were reading what I was writing, and people were fascinated with the idea of saving money. So I ended up doing a series on that blog called Supermarket Savings 101. So many people wanted to know more information, so then I turned that series into an ebook and then finally into an online course. And from there, more and more and more questions came, and I had discovered a lot of tactics and techniques and strategies for making money from blogging at that point. I was only making a very small amount, but in those 2 years, I learned so much and decided then to start Money Saving Mom, just a blog that was dedicated to saving money, helping people save money, talking specifically about this topic that people were so interested in. And so this is the second prototype of Money Saving Mom. The first prototype was actually all white background and block letters at the top that said Money Saving Mom. I didn't have any money to be able to pay someone to do a design for me, so I did it myself and worked with what I had. And I'm a big fan of using what you have, starting where you are, and just jumping in and learning as you go. So a few months into the journey, I was able to pay this, I think she was 13 at the time, and she made me this header, and that's where I started. It was on Blogspot. And then moved from Blogspot to Typepad, and then from Typepad to WordPress, and this is the site today. I never could have dreamed back when I started that side blog and then started Money Saving Mom as another little side thing. I never would have dreamed that it was going to turn into our family's full-time income. But it has been more than I could ever dream or imagine, and blogging has blessed our family so much. I get to have the opportunity to have a flexible schedule. My husband came home full-time a few years ago, and so we get to work together in the business. We get to be available to our kids. I get to write and speak and teach and encourage women from all walks of life, and I get to make a difference in the lives of so many people, not only here in the US, but also around the world. And I get to use the gifts that God has given me to inspire women, which is something that I am so passionate about. So from blogging, things have come like book deals, which I never could have dreamed. I've had the opportunity to have 3 books published, as well as some different journals, and I've done ebooks. I've also had the opportunity to speak at multiple events around the country, and also I have then started Your Blogging Mentor, which is something that I had been dreaming about for so long, because I am passionate about blogging, because I want to help women especially be able to take the message and the gifts that they have and be able to share it with the world. Your Blogging Mentor is a place for me to be able to help beginning to intermediate bloggers make a part-time to full-time income from blogging. So I'm really passionate about blogging just because of how it has affected our family. And my husband and I have had the opportunity to work together on doing courses. I've done courses individually. And one of my biggest passions and heartbeats that has come from blogging is the opportunity to get to make an impact in South Africa. And right here you can see me next to my friend Lisa Joe, who is from South Africa. And I met her through blogging, and through a series of crazy different events, ended up, she and I went to South Africa to go back to her home, to where she had grown up, and got to get involved in this ministry there. And now our family is very closely involved in this ministry there. And through blogging, we are able to fund this ministry that impacts literally thousands of children, not only providing food for them and nourishment, but also education, marketable opportunities, teaching them entrepreneurship, and teaching them character, and ultimately teaching them about Jesus. And so that's really one of my big heartbeats, and that has come from blogging. And one of the greatest gifts for me was getting to take my family to South Africa. I just love these kids so much, and getting to take my family there for my birthday in 2016, I believe, 2015, I can't remember exactly, but we are getting ready to go again in July, and we are super excited to all get to go back again. So this is all a result of blogging. And I shared this picture here, not because we're this picture perfect family, because there's been a lot of ups and downs and difficult days in this journey, but just to encourage you that, I never could have dreamed that when my husband was in law school and money was so tight and we were struggling so much and we were trying to make ends meet, all the things that I learned from that, I had no idea that I was going to be able to use those to be able to not only make a full-time income for our family, not only for my husband to be able to come home full-time and for us to be present in our kids' lives, but for us to be able to impact so many families. And it's all through blogging. So that is why I am so passionate about blogging. The other thing I love is that our family gets to travel. This is when we went to New York City. We went on a 14-day road trip last year and got to tour all sorts of different places. We fell in love with Boston and want to go back there as soon as we possibly can. So blogging has done so much, far beyond, like I said, what I could have ever dreamed or imagined. And it's been the catalyst for our family and for me personally, and it's impacted my life so much and given me the platform to be able to impact so many people. So I want to ask you, why are you here? When I started blogging, I never could have dreamed what it would turn into, but I had to start with a why. I had to know why I was blogging. And for me, it was because I had a message that I wanted to share with other women. I wanted to challenge and encourage other women and inspire them. And also because, honestly, I needed to find a way for us to be able to make ends meet. And I was really motivated to want to stay out of debt. And I also wanted to be able to stay home with my kids. And so I just ask you, what is the reason that you signed up for this class today? Really think about that. And maybe you can tell us in the comments why you're here. What is the reason that you decided to sign up for this class? What's your heart behind wanting to consider blogging? I think it's so important for you to know your why for what you do. And that's the first step to starting a blog. So the 3 steps to start that blog you've always dreamed of. Number 1, determine your why. Your why is what is going to keep you going on your hard days, on the days when you want to quit. This is what is going to give you focus and momentum. Now, like I said, when I first started blogging, I didn't know where it was going to end up. I was just blogging so that it could help this site that I had to be able to have better search engine optimization, that it would come up higher in the search engine when you searched on Google. But as I blogged on there and as I wrote on there, I discovered more and more about my why. And I discovered that I wanted to encourage and challenge and inspire women to live their life on purpose. And so your why might develop and morph over time. But I highly recommend that you start out with it from the get-go so you know the reason behind why you are blogging. That why is going to give you focus, purpose, and direction. For instance, on Money Saving Mom, my why is to inspire families to be intentional with their finances. This serves as a guiding principle for me and helps me weed out what things to post about. So ask yourself, why do I want to blog? What is my end goal? And if you know, share this in the chat box with us. You might not know just yet, but this is something to really stop and ponder and define before you jump into blogging. It's just like if you were going to go on vacation. You wouldn't just start, hop in the car and just be like, I have no idea where we're going, but we're just going to get in the car and we're just going to drive. You're usually always going to know at least somewhat what your destination is going to be. Otherwise, you're not going to know how to get there. Would you go race if there was no finish line? If you didn't know where the end game was, what you were aiming for, what you were shooting at? It's the same thing with blogging. You need to know what your end goal is. What is your reason? Then I want you to think about who you're going to blog for. Who is your target market? Who is your ideal reader? Like I said, for me on Money Saving Mom, I want to inspire women specifically to be intentional with their finances and with their life. I want them to live their life on purpose. I want them to use their money intentionally and purposefully. On your blogging mentor, my why is to, I told you, you might have caught it. I said, my why is to help beginning to intermediate bloggers make a part-time to full-time income blogging. That's really my goal. So that is my why and that is my who. I want you to think about who your target market is, and then I want you to complete this statement. I blog to teach, help, serve, inspire, some kind of action word. Use some kind of action word there. So I blog to action word, blank, to do blank by blank. So write this down. I blog to blank, to do blank by blank. So right now this might be confusing to you, but when I flesh this out, it's going to make more sense. So on moneysavingmom.com, here is my statement. This is my why statement. I blog to inspire families to be intentional with their finances and live on a budget by providing great deals, frugal tips, and money-saving inspiration. So I'm telling you who I blog for and why I blog and what I blog about. You want to be as specific as possible while not, putting yourself in a tiny little box that's going to make you feel miserable, but this tells you what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. When you fill out this statement, then you can know what you're not going to do and how you're not going to do it. There's a lot of things that I don't do, and you can see they're not listed on here. I provide great deals, frugal tips, and money-saving inspiration. That is my main chief goal on Money Saving Mom. On your blogging mentor, I blog to educate and inspire beginning and intermediate bloggers to find their voice, increase their income, and broaden their impact by sharing tools, tips, and lessons learned from my 13 plus years of blogging. So do you see, again, I'm defining who I am, what I do, who I am not, and what I do not do. So you need to not only know what you do, but also what you don't do, because then you can know what you should say yes to, what you should pursue, and what you should say no to, and what you shouldn't do. So I want you to fill out this as much as possible over the next few days. Maybe it's going to take you a few weeks, but as you start in on your blogging journey, to define your why. I believe that the most successful bloggers are those who solve a problem, meet a need, or provide hope through their blog. So really think about how, as a blogger, are you going to solve a problem, meet a need, or provide hope? I'm going to give you some examples. Janae from I Can Teach My Child. She helps solve parents' problems of struggling to figure out how to offer educational activities for their kids. Gluten-Free Girl provides inspiration and encouragement and recipes for those who need to eat a gluten-free diet. Maria from Lemonade and Grace provides hope to parents and others who are caregivers, and she can do this because of her 12 plus years of experience being an advocate and caregiver for a daughter with a tethered spinal cord. So, solve a problem, meet a need, or provide hope. And you might be doing all three, but really think about what you're going to do to solve a problem, to meet a need, or provide hope through your blog. With Money Saving Mom, it was born out of the fact that so many people were asking me when I was writing on that other mommy blog that I had, how are you living on such a small grocery budget? So the blog was born out of that as a way for me to have a platform to share how I was doing that and how others could do it too. So I was solving a problem, I was providing hope, and I was meeting a need. With your blogging mentor, again, that was born out of the fact of so many people asking me, I want to start a blog, I don't know how to. How should I start a blog? How can I be successful as a blogger? Again, solving a problem, meeting a need, and providing hope. There's so much more I can say on this, but the bottom line is this. It's important to know why you blog and who your target market is. That way you can make sure that what you are doing, the topics you're covering, and what you're recommending to others is in line with that. Now I say all this, but I want to go on a little tangent right here because I've talked about how starting blogging, one of my goals, one of my whys was to help us to be able to put a roof over our heads and food on the table. And I think that that is a very valid reason. But your why needs to be more than just a job, more than just, I want to make money. Because if you make money your goal, you'll crash and burn. And I've seen this happen over and over again with bloggers. They'll see the earnings potential that is out there with blogging, they get jazzed about it, and they jump into blogging solely to make money. They don't have any passion for blogging. They don't have any passion for their topic. They don't have any inspiration and maybe even any life experience about what they're talking about, but they just know it's a good topic that people are interested in and it's going to make money, and I want to make money. Don't do that. If your only why for blogging is making money, you're serving yourself, not your audience. You're not seeking to meet a need for others. You're not seeking to solve a problem for others. You're just trying to provide for yourself, solve a problem for yourself, meet a need for yourself. And when you have that sort of inward focus, over the long haul, you're not going to be successful. Now, that said, like I said earlier, I believe wholeheartedly that you should make an income from blogging. I'm a big advocate of that, and that's why one of my big passions is helping beginning to intermediate bloggers make a part-time to full-time income from blogging. So let's take a little detour here and let's talk about how you actually make money blogging, because I want to give you some practical takeaways so that you can go from this and be like, okay, not only do I know what I need to have in place to start a blog, but I get how people make money blogging, because that seems to be one of the big sort of mysteries out there of how people actually make money blogging. So let's talk about that. First off, the key is to set up multiple streams of income. I don't rely upon one check coming from one source. I have checks and PayPal deposits and direct deposits coming from many, many, many different sources. So the key over the long haul is to set up multiple streams of income. Here is an example. This is from a little while ago, but this is an example of where our revenue comes from. Banner ads, sponsored posts, digital products, those are our own products that we sell, plus affiliate advertising. Now, underneath each of those spots in the pie chart, each of those pieces of the pie, it breaks down to a lot more streams of income. So let's just take the affiliate revenue. This was from August 2016. This is just an example. So you can see all the different places that we were getting affiliate revenue from. The beauty of this is that if one portion of your pie is not doing well, you have a lot of other places that you can rely upon. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket and then something happens, because sometimes things do. Programs change, companies go under, they no longer pay what they used to pay, it's no longer working for them to work with you, whatever. But if you have multiple streams of income, then you can just, switch over to something else, work harder on some other area and not feel like, I put all my eggs in that one basket and I just lost that entire basket of revenue. So some examples, 5 examples of how to make money blogging. Number 1, Amazon affiliate links. Amazon's affiliate program is one of my favorite ways to earn money. In a nutshell, once you sign up, you can grab your unique referral link for any product sold on Amazon. And Amazon sells pretty much everything. You then receive a commission if anyone clicks your link and purchases that or any other product on Amazon for the rest of the day. It's a very easy way to start earning money by promoting products you already use and love. So even if you're a beginner, this is something you can implement easily and quickly to start bringing in revenue. Let me show you how this works. So you sign up for the Amazon Associates program. Once you're signed up, you can have it logged in all the time when you're on Amazon. So there's this site stripe right at the top that you can grab links directly from any page on Amazon. So I was doing this outfit post This was in 2016. I had bought this tunic and I really loved this tunic and I had worn it a lot and I wanted to use it in this post and I was showing different ways to wear it and it was super inexpensive on Amazon. And so I linked to it in this post. And if you see the pink where it says this tunic, that's a live link. And if you click on that, it takes you directly to this item on Amazon. So I was linking directly to Amazon through my referral link. And so on this page, I just went up to the Amazon site stripe up there, the Amazon Associate site stripe at the top, and I could choose to click on text. That would give you my text link. That is my referral link right there to this page so that if people click on that link in my post, it would take them to this page. If they purchase this tunic or anything else on Amazon that day, because they clicked through my referral link, I would make a percentage of every single sale. This works especially well during times of year like Christmas when people are ordering all sorts of stuff off of Amazon. Number 2, promote companies you love. A lot of companies that you love, sites you go to regularly, places that you buy from, have affiliate programs set up for bloggers. Think about the products or companies you use and love, and then do a quick search of their website to see if they offer an affiliate program. Some sites will call them referral programs or affiliate programs or influencer programs. You can simply Google the company's name and the word affiliate, and it will usually pop up with the results. But most companies put their affiliate link in the footer. So this is Stitch Fix, and you can see if you scroll down to the bottom of the page on Stitch Fix, you can see right down there it says influencer program. You click on that and it takes you to the page where it tells you how to sign up to be a Stitch Fix influencer. And if you use your referral link and people sign up for Stitch Fix, you will make $25 in credit and or cash depending upon how you're signed up through Stitch Fix. So always look at the bottom of a site, or you can also just Google for it. I have made a lot of money from Stitch Fix over the years, and it all started with this post in 2014. I did this post on my completely honest experience with Stitch Fix. I talked about how Stitch Fix works, and then I gave my very honest review. In that review, I talked about how I had sent everything back. I happened to use my referral link in that post, and I disclosed that, and I said, hey, if anybody ends up trying out Stitch Fix from this, you probably won't, because I basically have to try to convince you not to, but I put my referral link. Well, people started using my referral link in that post, even though it was such a negative review. And I ended up then getting some credit, and so I used that credit. I got another box from Stitch Fix, and I ended up finding a pair of jeans that I really, really loved and that fit me so well, which is kind of a miracle when you're 5'3.4 like I am, and just with the body build that I have, it's very hard to find jeans that fit. So I did a follow-up post on that and talked about why I may have changed my mind a little bit about Stitch Fix. Now, in these posts, I was super honest, and I showed pictures of everything. I showed what I thought of it. I showed whether I thought it was terrible or wonderful, whatever. I was super, super honest. I wasn't just being like, Stitch Fix is amazing. I was giving you the raw, honest truth. And people loved it. They love honest reviews. And I also did a YouTube video, and I put my link for my Stitch Fix review in that YouTube video. You can see it right there. And from that post, because it was such an honest review, Google loves honest reviews, and a lot of people were searching for honest reviews, and ended up, it was one of the #1 posts that comes up on Google. I haven't checked it for a little while, but it used to be that if you would search Stitch Fix reviews or honest Stitch Fix reviews, it would pull it up as one of the top 3 posts. So a lot of people were clicking on it, and for some reason, then they were going ahead and signing up for Stitch Fix. And so what happened is then Stitch Fix said, you have made too much referral credit. We need to switch you over to our actual paid program. So they started paying me in actual cash. And you can see that initial post was in 2014. You can see here from this chart, our monthly net income from Stitch Fix for doing nothing other than that initial post, that follow-up post, posting it on YouTube, and every once in a while we would post those posts on Pinterest or on Facebook or link to it somewhere for some reason or other. And you can see how we consistently are making great income from that post. So that is one simple income stream that we have on our blog that is done exceptionally well. All of them are not going to do this well, but this is an example of how it can work. So you can see the daily average off of Stitch Fix right there, just for having the post up and Google liking the post. There are a lot of different ways that you can promote these types of things. I love to use Instagram and Instagram stories as well to be promoting affiliate links and doing it in a really natural and organic way so that it's not me just pushing a product, but it's me talking about how a product has implemented my life. Or for instance, on Instagram here, you can see how I'm talking about this Choose Joy shirt, but I'm doing something that it's very authentic for Instagram and not just saying, hey, go buy this shirt. But I'm talking about we might not get to choose our circumstances. We might not get to choose our season of life. We might not get to choose our income level or our housing situation or our job security or other people's responses to us or whether or not we get that offer we were hoping and praying for. And on it goes. And I'm just talking about choosing joy. And then at the bottom of this post, then I have a link for that shirt. We sold so many shirts through this because the picture popped, people loved the message, and then they wanted to get the shirt. So you can put your link in your profile in order to be able to link to specific products. You can also download, sign up for linkedinprofile.com, and that allows you to then have multiple links for multiple posts on Instagram. You can also do the same thing where you're doing it on Facebook Live. This has been very effective for us. I do this all the time where I will do a Facebook Live on a specific product, or I'll be talking about something and I will put the link in the header and also in the comments of my Facebook Live video. So here's another example of doing it in the comments, and this converts very well for us. Okay, idea number 3, sidebar ads. This is the one that most people think of first. If you're starting out with sidebar ads, I encourage you to look into Google AdSense. It's a very simple way to earn a little money showing ads on your sidebar. Typically, you're going to earn around $1 to $2 per 1,000 page views on your blog. CPM is what it's called, and CPM just means cost per 1,000 page views. So if you have 10,000 page views per month, you'll earn around $20 per month with Google AdSense. That's not much, but it doesn't take you any time except for to just sign up for it and install a little piece of code on your sidebar, and then every single month you're going to make some money off of it. And as you grow your readership, you're going to see those numbers steadily climb. So here's an example of where we have ads on our sidebar, and we have them in multiple places. If you put them in more prominent places, you're going to make more money. If you have pop-up ads or other things like that, you're going to make even more money. I don't have that on MoneySavingMom.com, but I know a lot of people do, and they make a lot more money by having that. Number 4, this is going to be something usually a little bit down the road, but write an ebook. If you're a blogger, there are chances are that you have a lot that you want to say. So why not turn your favorite blog topics into ebooks? Amazon makes publishing ebooks very easy through their Kindle Direct publishing program. You simply log in with your Amazon account and follow their directions, and you can publish your own ebook. Here's one ebook that I wrote. This was quite a long while ago, but we still get a check from it every single month. 21 Days to More Disciplined Life. I do nothing to promote it. It's just up on Amazon. People find it through Amazon and they buy it. If you want to be successful with ebooks on Amazon, I highly recommend that you read this book published by Chandler Bolt. Last I checked, it was actually free on Amazon, but it walks you through step-by-step how to write your ebook, how to market your ebook, and how to successfully sell your ebook on Amazon. And even if you don't have a platform at all, you can set it up and be successful with it. And one thing that I wanted to mention is that if you have an ebook idea that does well, then you might consider turning it into a full-fledged video course. And that's one way to even make more money off of the idea and help more people. Number 5, this is one that is for further down the road, but accept sponsored post opportunities. Sponsored posts are a great way to earn good income for your blog once your site has grown a bit. You don't have to have a huge site. You just have to have some steady traffic to your site and a loyal following. It can be a really small following, but a loyal following. And a sponsored post is where you are paid to write for another company to promote their product. This is definitely one of the most lucrative ways to earn income with your blog. Now, I encourage you, if you are considering taking on a sponsored post, the most important thing to remember is only do posts that you believe in and that you feel would be a good fit for your blog. We turn down so many opportunities because it's just not a good fit. Just today, I turned down an opportunity to do a Facebook Live and an Instagram story. The company wanted to pay me great money, but it just wasn't that great of a deal. And I'm just not going to do that. On Facebook Live and on Instagram stories, I'm only going to share something that I really believe in, that is really a great deal, that I can really stand behind. So I say no all the time to sponsored posts, to Facebook Live opportunities, to Instagram story opportunities, all those things, just because it doesn't feel authentic to me and to my brand and what's going to serve my readers best. You can get sponsored post opportunities when you're first starting out through Tap Influence, Massive Sway, or Linquia. There are others as well, but those are some of the big ones. Most agencies have a page view and social media influence requirement, so it's better to wait to apply for sponsored posts until you have grown your blog a little bit. And here's just an example of one I did. I did multiple sponsored posts with Blue Apron. And so I did, is Blue Apron really worth the cost? And I talked about the cost of Blue Apron versus the cost of buying all the ingredients at the store and did this really honest review of that. Another one that I've done multiple posts with that I'm not working with anymore because of how they've changed things and I don't really stand behind them anymore, but ThredUp. I did a post, multiple posts, but one of them, the jeans I'll be wearing over and over again this spring, they were just $14.99. So I'm writing it in my own voice in a way that's going to serve my readers. It's going to be really authentic to who I am and what my blog is, but the company is paying me, and they're also, in this one, they offered a 40% off coupon code. And a lot of times I'll ask them, I'll say, in order for me to do this, you have to offer some really amazing deal because that's what people expect on my blog. And if you can't do that, if you can't offer a really amazing deal, if it's not some kind of product that I stand behind fully and love, if it's not something that I feel like is going to serve my readers, then I'm just going to say no. Okay, so 3 steps to start that blog you've always dreamed of. Don't worry. First step, I had a lot that I wanted to say. We will go much more quickly through the next 2. So number 1 is to determine your why. The second step is to develop your work ethic. I started blogging back in 2005, like I said, with the hope that it would bring in a small stream of income and would be a means to promote the online business that I had at the time. So much has changed since then. But one thing that has not changed is that you can make a good part-time or even full-time income from blogging. Blogging is easier and harder than you think. It's easy because it requires very little cash outlay up front. Most businesses, you're going to have to invest a lot. With blogging, as long as you have a computer and an internet connection, and basically you wouldn't even have to buy anything else and you could start a blog. I recommend that you buy a few things, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but it requires very little cash outlay up front. You don't need a degree or certification. Like I said, I didn't go to college. I don't have any special certificates or anything that would make me, have the experience or the knowledge to be able to blog. I just learned as I went. The field is wide open. Anyone can start a blog. The profit margins are high. Okay, but on the other hand, setting up a successful blog that makes a part-time or full-time income will only be the result of massive amounts of determination, effort, consistency, and perseverance. So let's talk about whether you have what it takes to be a successful blogger. Here are the 5 traits that I think you need to have. Number 1, successful bloggers are marathoners, not sprinters. Anyone can be a successful blogger, but unless you're already a celebrity, there's no such thing as overnight blogging success. It takes hard work, sweat, and more hard work. In fact, it may be a few months before you ever see a penny from your hours of labor invested into your blog. Number 2, successful bloggers have incredible passion. If you don't think you could write 3 posts per week for the next 2 years on your chosen blog topic, you need to choose a different topic or a different work-at-home idea. Number 3, successful bloggers are self-starters. It's great to learn from others, but if you want to be spoon-fed, you won't succeed. You have to roll up your sleeves, start digging and researching. You have to read books on blogging, read articles on blogging, read blogs on blogging, watch bloggers who are successfully blogging, and you need to do your own experimentation. Number 4, successful bloggers are creative. In a market that is already saturated, fresh and unique voices and approaches are those that will stand head and shoulders above the rest. So ask yourself, how are you going to be different from all the other bloggers in your niche? And number 5, successful bloggers are consistent. Readers come back when they can count on you to have regularly updated content. It's much better to post 3 times per week every week than to post 30 times one week every few months. So the one habit that I want you to develop right now, I want you to start this tonight or tomorrow. I want you to begin to develop your work ethic and the discipline required for blogging right now, even before your site is fully developed, because this will pay off. It's so easy to say, well, I'm going to start doing this whenever I actually have my site up, or whenever I figure out my schedule, whenever I figure out that I have more time, whenever I find a better babysitter, whenever I get more organized, whenever the baby starts sleeping through the night, whatever. We can come up with all these reasons why we can't start now. But there's never a good time to start most things. The best time to start is just to start now. Don't wait until you have those perfect conditions, till everything's all streamlined and figured out. Just jump out and start. Look at your calendar and see when you can devote time to blogging. Try to make it happen every single day, as early in the day as possible. Make an appointment with yourself that you won't miss. Make it a habit like brushing your teeth. Every single day, get up and spend 30 minutes on your blog. Make it part of your morning routine. Even if you don't have your blog set up yet, start by using that time to do research or work on setting up your site. Once your blog is set up, then you can use that time to focus on your big goals for the week, because I encourage everyone to have at least 1 to 2 big goals for your week every single week. And by big goals, I mean they might be bite-sized, manageable goals. I want them to be goals that are realistic and that you can accomplish in a week. But I want you to only have a few things that you're saying, these are the few things that I am going to actually focus on and finish this week. For instance, this week, my one goal was to finish another blogging course that I'm working on and to start working on the foundational steps I need to get a podcast launched in September. There are so many other things that I could be doing, but those are the 2 things that I'm just saying, if at the end of this week I have worked on both of those things, finished the blog course, which was so close to being done, and then done the foundational steps I needed to get a podcast launched in September, which I've been working on again for a few weeks, but I want to get the ball moving on that. Then I can say it was a successful week. So for you, it might be to set up your domain name and decide on a look for your future blog, or it might be to write 1 post and schedule 3 posts on social media. Whatever it is, I want you to set aside 30 minutes daily to work on your blog. Make an appointment with yourself and put it on your calendar, and then decide these are the few things, the 1 to 2 things that I am going to finish this week. I'm going to focus and finish on these 1 to 2 things. And then next week, you can choose 1 to 2 more things. But if you just try to start all these things, you're never going to finish anything. So focus and finish. Finally, the 3rd step to start that blog you've always dreamed of is you need to design your website. Now, when we start talking about website design, people can kind of break out in hives and be like, I don't know technical stuff. I don't know what I should be doing. Well, I want to encourage you. Number one, I am not a techie person. People always think that's funny and they think that that's not true. But I promise you, the people who know me in real life will absolutely stand by that. I am not a techie person. I am not. It's hilarious that I'm a blogger. So I just want to encourage you, what you don't need to start a blog. You don't need an expensive designer. You don't need 30 pre-written posts. You don't need active profiles on all social media platforms. I encourage you to go ahead and set up your profiles on the social media platforms, but you do not need to start using them yet, okay? Just set them up and wait to use them down the road. Just have them set up so that when you're ready, when you feel like you have the margin in your life, they're ready and waiting for you. You don't need to do it all. Don't compare yourself to other more established bloggers. When I first started blogging, I couldn't have imagined that MoneySavingMom.com would be where it is today. But you have to remind yourself along the way, just do the next thing. Like we talked about, focus and finish. Do the next thing. You can't do it all. Today, there's no way that I can do all the things that I want to do. I have to also selectively choose those few things and focus on those. So that's what you don't need to start a blog. Now, what do you need? You need to have your domain name. This is your URL, the www. Fill in the blank. Your blog name should encompass your blog's mission and should clearly articulate your blog's purpose. And I really challenge you to not hurry through the process of picking a name. It's your brand, and you want to make sure that you love it, and it's something you're going to love for years to come. So your domain name should encompass your blog's mission and should clearly articulate your blog's purpose. You can set up your domain name on different sites, like if you're setting up your hosting through Bluehost, you can get it through, you can get your domain name through Bluehost, or you can go to a site like GoDaddy.com and you can check to see if your domain name is available. So you need your domain name. You also need hosting. This is where your blog will live online. It's basically like paying rent to have a site online. It's different than your domain name, your www. whatever address. Hosting is like the house or apartment you rent or own, while your domain name is your address. You need both. I recommend Bluehost if you're new to blogging or just need a robust site with great customer service. I used Bluehost for a few years when I was first blogging. I don't use it anymore because my site has grown so large, so we have to have more personalized and customized service, but Bluehost is a great fit for small to medium-sized sites. You also need a blogging platform. Now, what is a blogging platform? This is what is going to allow your blog to run. WordPress is the software that I recommend highly that you'll actually use to blog. Basically, it's the nuts and bolts of what allows you to type up your post and upload them onto your hosting so that they show up at the domain name that you picked. And then you need a blogging theme. Your blogging theme is like the outfit of your website. It dictates how your site looks and functions. There are lots of different resources for a blogging theme. Two that we recommend are Restored 316. They make really beautiful feminine WordPress themes. And then also Divi. And Divi is what we use to create your blogging university. It has a visual drag and drop builder, and it makes it very easy to edit your post content right on your site without having to mess with the WordPress editor. And then finally, you need an email list. An email list is really what is going to be the lifeblood of your business. Your subscribers are the most valuable readers you have. They are the readers that have said, I like your site. I want to hear more from you. Don't ever take this for granted. It's an extremely valuable thing. So in order to create an email list so that you can send out those email newsletters, you'll need a reliable email service provider. And that is going to be where all of your subscriber emails are going to be. It's also going to provide ways for your subscribers to join or opt into your email list, and it's going to allow you to build, edit, and send your email newsletters. And then there's lots of other cool things that you can do to customize your email list. Two email services that we recommend are ConvertKit. It's a really great one to get started with, and it's super user-friendly, and also MailChimp. MailChimp is one of the easiest and most affordable options for email list management. So I threw a lot at you, and right now you might be feeling a little bit scared or overwhelmed. And I'm going to open up the floor for questions, and so that we can talk about whatever are your burning questions or how you feel scared, and I can help you and give you some practical help and hope right where you are. But before I do that, I wanted to address something that some of you might be feeling. Did me listing off all of this stuff that you need to do to set up your blog just give you hives or make you feel like, I can't do this, I'm out? Maybe you feel like starting a blog is just too hard because you're not a techie sort of person. Remember, I am not techie either. I've talked to so many people over the past few years who really want to start a blog, but they're just plain scared of actually doing it. They have great visions and ideas, they have high hopes and aspirations, but when it really comes down to doing it, they feel overwhelmed. Maybe you're saying, what if I start a blog and then nobody reads it? Or do I really have anything different to offer to the world than the millions of blogs currently you're offering? Or perhaps you're saying, what if I run out of things to write about? Or maybe you're just feeling like you are plain inadequate. If you're feeling that way, I just want to encourage you. I get you so much. When I first started blogging back in 2005, I didn't tell you this. Most people didn't even know what a blog was. I remember countless times I had to explain what blogging actually was, what the word blog meant, before I could tell people what I blogged about. There weren't blogging conferences or courses, there was no social media, there weren't blogging networking groups, and I only knew a few people who had a blog. I felt really inadequate because I didn't go to college, because I wasn't techie, and I'd always felt like I didn't have any special gifts. But I'm so glad that I jumped out and started, even though I was scared, because the blessings and adventures and friends and opportunities that blogging has brought into our lives has been incredible. As I told you at the beginning, I never could have dreamed that I would make a full-time income online. I never dreamed that blogging would be the catalyst for me to get 3 book deals and to become a New York Times best-selling author. I never imagined that because of blogging, I would have the opportunity to travel to South Africa, help build classrooms and community centers, and be closely involved in a ministry near and dear to my heart there. And I certainly could have never guessed that my husband would be able to quit his stressful job as an attorney and come home full-time. Blogging has been such a gift to our family, which is why I am so passionate about helping other women start their own blogs. I want to pass on the knowledge I've gained, share the lessons that I've learned, help prevent you from making those same mistakes that I made, and encourage women to be able to also be incredibly successful bloggers, all while loving their life and keeping the first things first. And so that is why I created Blog Startup 101. It is my introductory course to help you start your blog. It is a simple step-by-step course that will teach you exactly what you need to know to get your blog set up. This comprehensive course includes detailed lessons and video tutorials from me and from Katie, who is on here tonight helping me. She is my tech guru and project manager and all things techie that I don't understand. She understands it, and so she helps create this course so that we got all the techie stuff right, because like I said, I am not techie. So she holds your hand through the techie section so that you can actually do it. Blog Startup 101 is for you if you don't currently own a blog and you'd really like to start one up, but you have no idea where to start or how to do it. Blog Startup 101 is for you if you'd like help going step by step through the process of setting up your blog so you don't have to figure it all out on your own. It's also for you if you get overwhelmed with too much tech lingo and just need a straightforward, easy to understand guide to help you get your blog set up. The course, like I said, has video tutorials, step by step, walking you through everything that you need to do to set up your blog. And it is truly step by step. We went through the process of setting up a blog and did it for you on video so that you would know exactly what you need to do. There is also a course portal that has a workbook and has lessons for you so that if you are more of a visual learner, you also have that so that you can either watch the videos or you can read the course lessons. And then there are also lots of links and additional little videos and photos and all of that to help you step by step through the process. So there are 5 different lessons. We keep it very simple and very straightforward. Lesson 1 is all about hosting, domain names, and blog platforms. Lesson 2 dives into WordPress, and we talk about how to use WordPress and all the basic functions of WordPress. Lesson 3 is about how to create your first blog post. Step by step, how to actually get your post posted, how to add pictures, add links, all of that. Lesson 4 is about your social media accounts and how to connect them to your blog and what social media you should start with. And lesson 5 is all about setting up your email newsletter and some of the best practices and just the basic stuff that you need to know about getting your email newsletter set up. So when you enroll in Blog Startup 101, you'll get a free student account on your Blogging University platform. This has a number of different courses. We are doing them all in chronological order. So if you start with Blog Startup 101, then there are multiple courses after that to take you through the whole process that you go from no blog to hopefully very successful blog when you get through the end of the courses. You can also choose, if you don't want to do all the courses, you can just pick and choose which ones you need to do, or you can just do Blog Startup 101, and that's it. It's your choice. We tried to make it so that it's a la carte, so you can choose what works for you. That's why it's your blogging university. So you get a student account on that. You get 5 self-paced, easy to understand lessons covering the most important blog setup topics for beginners. You get detailed video tutorials with each lesson showing you visual how-tos to make the blog setup process super simple with instructions that are easy to implement. And I made the thing where if I could figure out how to do it based upon the lessons, that I knew anyone could. So I was the guinea pig to make sure that the lessons were actually well done for people who are not techie at all. So we try to make them as simple and step-by-step as possible. You also get daily assignments to help you stay on track throughout the blog setup process, a printable PDF workbook, including the entire course lessons to make studying easier on the go, and then bonus video recommended resources and more. So we're doing something special tonight. In addition to Blog Startup 101, which I'm offering, I am doing a package deal that you're going to also get WordPress 101, my separate course all on WordPress, which is the platform, the blogging platform that is more technical, that you're going to want to learn and understand so that you can be successful at blogging. And again, this course is very, very step-by-step. You're going to get 5 comprehensive lessons covering the most important elements of WordPress needed to get you familiar with this blogging tool. Again, you're going to get the detailed video lessons, the daily assignments, the bonus video tutorials, the downloadable PDF workbook, plus you also get an invite to the exclusive student Facebook group. So if you buy one of our courses, you get access to our exclusive student Facebook group where you can collaborate with other bloggers who are going through these courses right alongside with you. So you not only will get access to your Blogging University, the portal. This is where you can purchase other courses. You can see all the different courses that we have to offer, but you also get access to our student group. And this is where you can bring your questions. You can celebrate a win. You can ask for people to give you feedback on something, all sorts of things. And then I pop in there and share different things throughout the months as well. And so this is such a great resource if you would like to collaborate with other bloggers. We have this for everyone who purchases one of our courses. You get access to this student group on Facebook. So the Beginner Blogger Startup Bundle, usually Blog Startup 101 is $37 and WordPress 101 is $37. And those prices, a lot of people have told me that I need to raise my prices, and I can't bring myself to do it because I know what it's like to be a beginner blogger and to not have a lot of and to be trying to bootstrap it and start out on a shoestring budget. And so I want to make my courses as affordable as possible so that they are as accessible for as many people as possible. So these courses are usually $37 each. However, because you signed up for this webinar, we are offering something special just for you. You can get both courses for just $47 total. So that's a very significant savings. You'll get both courses for just $47 total for the next 3 days only. You can get Blog Startup 101 and WordPress 101 for just $47 total. And this will give you everything that you need to get your blog set up, to understand how to post, to get your social media accounts connected, to get your email newsletter set up, and to really understand WordPress and understand how it works so that you can be successful as a blogger.